Hey guys, welcome back for the second part of the armor of God. Yesterday we talked about the belt of truth. We said how even though it wasn't a part of the armor, it was an important part to hold the armor together. And so the soldier was able to have his sword, a dagger, maybe some food rations. So it was an important part to the soldier's armor, but it wasn't necessarily protecting anything. Today what we're going to talk about is the breastplate of righteousness. And in this, what it was made out of metal, hinged together, so the soldier could move more freely, went over the shoulders and the chest. And what it did is it protected the vital organs, most notably the heart. Just like we have to protect our heart from sin and temptation. The righteousness talked about here isn't the righteousness of Christ that we received during the time of salvation. When we look at Romans 3:24, it says, and all are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that came by Christ Jesus. As believers, we have that righteousness and we can't lose it. It's a gift from God for true believers. The righteousness that's being talked about here is the righteousness that is practiced in our daily lives. It's the way we live, it's the way we think, and it's the way we act. Romans 6:13 tells us, do not offer any part of yourself to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to him as an instrument of righteousness. Sin can so easily entangle us. Before we know it, we are living in a sinful manner and didn't even realize it. Paul says, do not offer any part of yourself. See, what he is saying here is that any part of us that commits a sin, whether it's our actions or our thoughts or our eyes, our whole self sins. Sounds crazy, but we deceive ourselves in thinking that even though I looked at something, I got rid of that thought and I didn't commit any sin. But you know what it does? It affects our whole selves. This breastplate that we're going to put on of righteousness is our daily living in all aspects. So what I want to make sure that we do is that we are wearing that righteousness every day of our lives. Whether we're at home or we're at school or if you're old enough to work, wherever it might be, we're constantly wearing it and we're constantly aware of what we're doing. Let's live in righteousness of Christ every day. Let's be mindful of what we are doing. Just like the Roman soldier, they wouldn't go out to battle without that breastplate being on. Because if they did, a lot could take them down very easily. So too as we are, we need to make sure we're wearing Christ's righteousness every day. So when those fiery arrows or those swords of sin come to attack us, we're prepared. We have the battle armor of God. Thank you for tuning in today. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the gospel of peace. Have a great day and see you tomorrow.